Part of seed learning. In this video, I will explain the second lesson, that is the standard input-output functions. The purpose of standard input-output functions is for accepting input or for accepting the data, for displaying the output. Nothing but displaying the data. So the standard input-output functions are basically categorized into two. One is the character-based functions, and the next one is the format-based functions. The difference between these two is character-based functions only for character type data, whereas the format-based functions for any type of data. Already I told there are different data types: characters, integer, float, long, double. If you want to work with the different types of data, better to use the format-based functions. Whereas the character-based functions only for a character type data. There you can work with the different functions like this. For accepting a character, there are three different functions: getChar, getChe, getCh. And to accept a string, gets. And the next one is a putChar. To display a character, puts with the character pointer argument to display the string. Here there are three functions, first three functions for accepting a character. So there is a minor difference between these three. In case of getChar, what happened? Whatever the character you typed, that character is displayed on the screen and you must enter the data. Then only the character will be accepted. In case of getChe, whatever the character you typed, that character is displayed on the screen and no need to press the enter. Automatically the input can be assigned to the variable. In case of getChe, whatever the character you typed, that character is not displayed on screen and no need to press the enter. So this minor difference I will show with an example. So already I told out of n number of sections, main section is a must in case of C programming. Here I try to declare a character variable C1. Now by using a getChar function, I try to accept, and by using putChar, whatever the character I typed, that character I will try to display on console. Console is nothing but a monitor. Now you can save this file. This is a Dev C++ editor. Within this editor, you can work with the C programming as well as C++. Now you can save the file. Save as. Here you can give the file name. Before giving the file name, you can select appropriate path where you want to maintain all the programs. So after that, you can change the save as type. It is a C source file. It's not C++. Now you can give the file name. It's the first example. That's why I can give the name as example. Automatically, it will take the file extension .c. To compile and then execute, you can use this F11. You can use the function key, or you can use this menu. Now I can use the function key F11. So in case of getChar, what happened? Whatever the character you typed, that character is displayed on screen until you press the enter. The putChar statement is not executed. See, I try to press the P. P is displayed on screen. Still I am not pressing the enter. If I am pressing the enter, then only the putChar statement is executed and the output is displayed on the next line. So this is about the getChar. Same thing in case of getChe. So in case of getChe, what happened? Whatever the character you typed, that character is displayed on console. but no need to press the enter. Directly go for a compile and execute. Automatically it will save the file. So this time I try to press the H. Without pressing the enter, automatically putcar statement is executed. That means no need to press the enter. And same thing in case of getch. The character is not displayed on screen and no need to press the enter. Only with the help of putcar only, the character is displayed on console. Now this time I try to press T. It will display only one time. That is our putcar. Because of putcar, the input character is displayed only one time. But while typing, that character T is not displayed. So that is the different minor differences between getchar, getch, and then getch. And come back to remaining functions. For accepting a string, you can use the gets. String is nothing but a group of characters. That's why the argument is the character pointer. If you want to display what are the already whatever the character you accept, that character if you want to display on console, you can use a putchar. To display the string, you can use a puts. So these functions I will show in the coming videos. And come to the format-based functions. Format-based functions for any type of data. There you can use different functions. Scanf for acceptor. Scanf for acceptor. Printf for display. And come to the function, it has some arguments. In case of scanf, at least you have two arguments. One is the format specifier. This format specifiers already I explained in the chapter C data types. For different data types, you can use different format specifiers. For character, you can use a %C. For integers, for long integers, there are different format specifiers like %D, unsigned integers, %UD. Like this, you can use a format specifier. That is the first argument in case of scanf. And the second argument is address of variable. That means in case of scanf, at least minimum two arguments, and based on your situation, if you try to accept all the values by using single statement, the number of arguments can be different. But at least if you want to accept the value, the scanf function having only two arguments. The first one is the format specifier, and second one is the address of the variable. And come to the, in case of printf, there is no fixed number of arguments. You can, if you want to display only one text without value, it has only one argument. For example, I want to display hello. So there is no value. That means if there is a 0 values, it has only one argument. So instead of this, already I have two variables. Let us take n1 equal to 5, n2 equal to 10. Now what's my requirement is I want to display sum of 5 and 10 is 15. Like this, I want to display the statement. For this, how we can write the printf statement? How many values are there? 5 is one value, and 10 is one value, and 15 is one value. If there is no values, that is the 0 values, That means if we try to display hello, there is one argument. Now we are displaying the three values. Now see how the printf statement is. Printf sum of, you want to display 5. 5 is available in the variable n1. n1 is a type of integer. For integer, the format specifier is a %d. And 10 also integer type that is available in the n2 variable, that is also integer type. If you are adding two integers, you are getting the result as integer, so that we can use the %d. So this is the first argument. Now we can give the value for the first %d from which variable you are getting, that is from a n1. And the second, for the second %d, you are getting the value from n2. For third %d, you are getting the value from a result, that is a n1 plus n2. Like this you can write. So in this case, what happened? Totally how many arguments? Within the double quotes, there is one argument, and second argument, third argument, fourth argument. That means if you want to display three values, there are four arguments. If you want to display 0 values, there is a one argument. That means to display n values, the number of arguments is n plus 1. So that's about the scanf and then printf. That I will show with the help of an example. Same n1 and I will take how to use, and same thing I can accept the n1 and value at runtime instead of initializing. If you want to create the new file, you can use the key combination key Control N. As usual, the C program must contains the section main function. And what are the variables you can take? While declaring the variables, give the proper names, n1 and then n2. Now you can give the prompt to the user. Value for n1. At a time, if you won't accept, you can accept. So because of people are in initial stage, better to use the separate statements for accepting different values. And same thing. Now see, scanf has at least a minimum 2 arguments. One is the format specifier and the second one is address of the variable. Why I'm using %d in this sense? n1 is an integer type. For a ordinary integer, you can use the %d. And the second one is address of the variable. Address of the variable can be represented with the and symbol. Now go to the next function. Again, you can accept the value, second value, that is n2. Now you can display. Here you can use some format modifiers. Format modifiers can be used to display the data in different formats, like /n for new line, /t for tab. These two can be worked in latest editors. In case of Turbo C, other format modifiers also work. That is a /v for vertical tab, /b for beep. Like this, there are some format modifiers. Nowadays, nobody can use Turbo C. Everybody can use the latest editors like this. So that I try to use only two, that is a /n. So I want to display the output like this. Sum of %d and %d is the result. %d. Now you can give the values for all the %d's. For the first %d, you are getting the value from n1. For second %d, you are getting the value from n2. And third %d, you are getting the value from the result, that is n1 plus n2. So before running the program, you must save the file, save as, and here you can save as type as C source file. You can give the proper names instead of giving the example 1, example 2. So further, if you want to verify what program it is, you can give the proper names. Now I will give the name as a random. Now function key F11 for a compile and execute. 15 and then 20. So it will display sum of 15 and 20 is a 35. Like this it will work. So that is about standard input output functions.